Hey everybody, this is Hannah. I'm with Hannah Lane Collections, and I am looking for advice and wanted to get your opinion as the viewers, what you all are looking for. I specialize in landscape design, home design, and holiday decorating. Right now I am actually making bows and preparing for Christmas season. My clients are already stacking up, and one of the things I like to do is have my house ready so that when I can go into their homes, I can focus strictly on their homes and then come home to my home already done, ready for Christmas. That means I have to start extremely early, which is actually why I've decided to launch this channel, because I have a lot of people ask me how I create the trees or make the bows or do the things in Christmas to make it extremely inviting to your home. So I have a business that is twofold. It is the interior design and then exterior design. I am a self-taught artist, designer, and I have learned through experience and working with clients and friends and family and flipping homes myself. So I have learned a lot over the last probably 20 years in that, and I graduated from the University of Alabama with a minor in art and concentration in photography. So obviously the design and art world has always been part of my blood. I can remember my first art teacher in middle school at my hometown and the things that she taught me. So I think that those bleed into today. So I always think that I learn better by watching and learning from other people. I watch Garden Answer, I watch Laura on Garden Answer. She's the one who got me started in the gardening world, and so that's where I'm flipping over to why I'm outside, is because I'm doing a lot of work in landscape design as well for the months that I'm not doing the Christmas stuff. And my clients right now are extremely they want me to bring to them, they want the vision from me. Good. Right now I'm working with some clients that I'm helping them with their landscape design, and I've worked the last probably 5 years doing that just part-time. I have 3 boys. Now they're getting a little older, but I am a single mom, and I am launching my business now for myself, and I'm excited for this journey, and I am looking for your advice or what you all want to see on this channel. Right now I'm working in the garden because my yard is filled with weeds. I had a pool put in and it just was filled in March, and so the irrigation in the back part of my property is completely out. So I've been working on drip systems and trying to get that up and running, but as you all know, it is extremely expensive. So I like to try to dabble in some of the things that I can do myself to save some money. So right now I'm working on a clogged irrigation line, and I was sitting there doing it and trying to decide how I'm going to launch this business. I met with a couple of advisors yesterday, and so I'm eager to get started. So today I'm just going to let you all watch as I navigate this yard, which is a complete disaster right now, but I think that there's grace in gardening, which I stole that from Jamie on Dig, Plant, Water, Repeat, because she's also been a very big inspiration for me, as has Jenny with Creekside, Jim Putnam. He's somebody else that I watch a lot and learn a lot because our zones are pretty similar. I'm in 7B in Knoxville, Tennessee. So we have a pretty long growing season, but one of the things that I love is, I'm gonna flip this around so I can show you, is I don't remember seeing butterflies recently until just this year at my house. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but they're so beautiful and they're everywhere, and it's just from me adding a few butterfly bushes and some lantana. But one of the first things I want to do is show you around the property, because that way when I'm talking about something, you all know where I am coming from. So this is obviously my driveway. We live on a very busy street behind me, and then in a very private cul-de-sac in the front. But all of this was completely mud all here last year, and it was dug up where the pool is, which is through those arbors, which I have the purple hyacinth bean on, which I absolutely adore. Thank you, Janie. And the verbenas, my hibiscus, which is extremely helpful for a very, very, very wet, damp spot that gets like either a river or it is dry as a bone. My roses are out of bloom right now. Some of them are starting to come back, which has been amazing. I love them and they smell so good. This is Spirit of Freedom, David Austin. And I absolutely love this rose. As you can see, I'm in the middle of doing some work in the yard. And this area was all developed starting last year. And it has come a long way. Those will be bright yellow here in a couple months. I just added that maple right there, Japanese maple. And then these stairs were just added last year, which has really helped with having my vision come to life. So there is a garden walk up there. I call that the Hydrangea Hill, as you'll see why I call it that when I get onto this side of the house. But these are some old church pews that somebody was giving away, and they were covered in fabric. And I called one of my son's friends, and he picked them up for me. There was actually 6 of them, I can't remember now. He picked them all up for me, and I'm in the process of redoing them. But they are all around the property right now because I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them yet. Here are some things that I've added. Everything on this hill to the right is new. As of last year was its first season. Some of this stuff I just started planting spring into summer. This used to be a line of Leyland cypress. As you can see right here, I took down approximately 30 trees. And these are the trees that I left up, which you can see where the other trees were and the sun was not reaching to them. So that's why they look dead, but they're actually not dead at all. And they're starting to come back. I've left them there for some privacy and noise, but I've added quite a few evergreens this way so that will block the street. This design was just something in my mind. I've known that I wanted to do this since I bought this property in 2018 and didn't really start any of the major stuff until last year because of the construction. That pool literally just got water in it in March or April. I'll have to look back. But this was a mud hill. It literally came, the trees were over the gate and over the pillars. None of this was here. This was all just woods filled with trees. Useless space. Oh, the puppies see somebody. So I had my son and his friends help me dig out and excavate this garden walk. So this garden walk I walk it every day with the dogs. I didn't have a place for them to run, especially when it was really muddy. So that was the beginning of the reasoning. Hi, Cappy. Cappy, what is it? What do you see, bud? What's wrong? Coley! They obviously are excited about something. Hey, buddy. Okay, so let's get back to the garden. See the butterflies. Sorry, I'm so ADD right now. I just absolutely think they are absolutely gorgeous. I am gonna go check on what my dog is going crazy for really quick to make sure nobody was inside my house. Sorry about that. I had to go check and see what was going on with my dogs. This dahlia, I don't know which one it is, but it's absolutely beautiful. This is actually a salvia that I broke off and I stuck it into the ground and it's actually taking. I'm shocked. I'm pretty sure something is eating my petunias. But these butterfly bushes, oh my gosh. They are absolutely perfect. And look at the bees on the flowers. They need to be deadheaded extremely bad, but I just have not had the time to do it. Here is the white salvia that I had last year, but it was in a shady area that was getting too much water and it almost died. Sorry about the weeds, they're awful. This year I cannot get on top of them because this is all new exposed ground. And so it literally opened and woke up every seed that's been sitting there for probably 20 years. So it's been a treat, let's say that. But it is starting to come together. I know it looks like a complete mess right now, but it is coming together and I'm so excited about what it's going to look like next year. Okay, so one of the things I was going to show you all was I am working my drip system right now. And as you can see right here, it's doing great. And I'm using the round drip tape. It's obviously working and it's getting clogged between there. Finally got it to work up here. And then I have it running. It's kind of hard to see because I've got it right here. All the way, sorry about that, this way to another, okay. If anybody knows what this is, let me know. Well, I might not be able to get it again. It is a huge bee/wasp or something, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. It's hard to tell. Another dahlia that I do not know any of the names. I probably can look it up and find it, but I'm not sure right now. So back to my drip tape. Okay, finally it's working over here. I think I can only run one zone at a time, and I have everything on a hose, which is a nightmare because I have flooded this area quite a few times in the last month. I got a notice for my water bill because I have been doing way too many things at one time and would forget I turned it on. So it would flood mine, the neighbors. I felt so bad for them. But I mean, the pollinators are everywhere, every size, every shape. This, I've talked about it before with one of the platforms I'm talking to, but I absolutely love this. It's a butterfly candy butterfly bush. Zone 5 to 10, 2 to 3 feet by 2 to 3 feet, medium water. Plant development services. Honestly, I've never bought from this company before, but I'm very, very impressed with this. I'm a proven winners girl, but that has me. And this is beautiful. I've got to find the name again. One of them I let die on accident because I did not water it. And everything right now is a work in progress. But for less than a year old, I feel like this property is starting to come together. I see the vision. So with my vegetable beds, I am, sorry, I'm gonna come out. I can show you what it looks like when you walk out this way. I am a visual learner, so I am taking these bricks that eventually will become either on the wall, retaining wall over here, or to make these beds. And I've gone back and forth in the different shapes. But right now what I've come down to is I love having this little circle right here, or half moon, whatever. And then obviously these two beds are way too close to each other, but I was just trying to get enough planting space to get things going, and then I'm going to remove probably the furthest one back. Where these pallets are, that's what the bricks were sitting on. I'm trying to get beans to cover them up because I'm trying to get all of this area that I'm gonna have as a catch-all cleaned up and hidden from my poor neighbors in the street. This is Captain, my baby. He's so hot and tired and old and cold. And they are my faithful companions. They are here 24/7. So, on the other side of this, I was telling you that this was the hydrangea hill that I like to walk every day, morning with my coffee and usually at night with a glass of wine, and just check on everything. This Rose of Sharon is going to be huge, but the bunnies ate it to the ground. So I put this cage around it just to get it started in hopes that it will grow big and they will not bother it anymore. Oh my gosh. So I have planted quite a few evergreens that will hopefully in the next year or two block all of that noise, all of that motion, because this is my sanctuary. Hey, Kathy. These are two beds that I'm using as like a CPR. They are the ICU plants that I'm trying to recover. This poor tree is a Cherokee dogwood. It was in the front yard 2 years ago. Moved it to this yard. Back here. The back of the house, when the pool started, kind of just sat on its side. Got it planted, and we'll see. I don't know. This butterfly bush is not been as good as the other one so far, but it's definitely pushing out new growth. You can see the new growth right here. I always like to see the tags when people show me things, so that's why I'm showing it to you. The Pugster Blue, it gets 2 by 2 and hardiness 5 to 9. It is not as, it's not getting as big as like this butterfly bush or the one that I showed you down over there by the pink one, but I have high hopes that it will next year when I get the irrigation working properly and it gets the water that it needs. So this entire area right here was a mound of dirt, and when we had the pool put in and we designed it, or I designed it with my pool guy, he left it with nothing holding this up and told me, oh, it'll be fine. I'm gonna try to find a picture and insert it and I'll show it to you right here. Well, it's not gonna be fine if I don't have something on it. So I have put a makeshift wall up there, and behind the bricks, I just have wood that I've put into the ground to hold this, and then the bricks are so that if I decide to brick it, I have enough bricks of this kind dedicated for that project. So that's why you'll see bricks all around my property, because I'm trying to decide garden beds and where the lines are going to be. And it's better for me if I can see it visually. But what I've been using this part for is, since the rest of this property was not ready when the beginning of spring after I was doing my winter sowing, I decided to put all my little seedlings there, which the snapdragons have been amazing this year. First time ever growing them, and I absolutely love them. Now, some of these hydrangeas are on the struggle bus. This one I am pretty sure is dead, but I have a few in the front yard that I need to bring back here to replace it. It was, as you can see, this old growth right here. I wasn't sure it was gonna make it, but it was actually pushing out new stuff this year. And so I thought maybe, and then all of a sudden it's done this. So I might take it out and put it over here with my nursery plants, but I don't know, I'm gonna wait. I have other things I've got to get done right now. Same here. And one of the things I looked up, and it says it's overwatered, but that cannot be true. It's not been watered enough. So I don't know what's going on, but I have a few that I can replace it. you're gonna have to just ignore these weeds. I have been pulling and pulling and pulling because I'm trying not to spray. And oh my goodness, it's been a nightmare trying to get them before they go to seed. Oh, there's another one. But I'm just decided to do one section at a time and do what I can do. And it has been difficult, but I'm gonna set my camera up here in a minute so that you can see some of the things I'm getting done. But I just still wanna walk around and show you the rest of the property so you know what things I'm talking about when I discuss them. Okay, this is another one that's on the struggle bus. It's the amethyst. But like I said, it hasn't had consistent water the way it should, which obviously it needs. But that is why I'm impressed with the other one so much, because they are under the same conditions, same water, etc. And you can see the difference. So this is the, let me see if I can find the tag, because I'm not even going to try to tell you the stats on it. I've got one somewhere. When I find it, I'll put it up on the screen. Oh, sorry, Tabby. I don't know if y'all do this, but I put seeds down, and I don't know if it's a seed or if it's a weed. And I heard somebody say one time that a weed is anything that is in a place you don't want it, which I'm trying to adapt that mindset. Okay, Lime-Time Folies has been amazing. These are cuttings from it, and I absolutely love it. You can see there's a Mexican restaurant right there that obviously we love having, but I would really like all this to be blocked. So the goal is to have all of this blocked ASAP. This tree or bush is not doing good. I've got to figure out what the name of it is too. I think it's a viburnum, but I don't remember which one. These trees were obviously covered up with plenty of shade for the last 20 years, but you can see the new growth right here. So I have high hopes that this is going to be a beautiful canopy for me. At some point it'll be a canopy, and then I can get rid of all of this. As soon as that happens, I'm just kind of waiting. We had taken so much down, I felt so exposed that I'm just doing a little bit at a time. So this is Hydrangea Hill. The wood chips, wood drop has been a game changer. It has helped me so much in finding my paths, knowing what I wanted to use and where, and really break down some of the weeds on the path walks. So right now I am trying to decide what I'm going to put on this arbor because I absolutely love it. Y'all are going to have to bear with me on all things technical. This is a leap of faith for me to even record my voice. So I am learning, and I haven't invested in anything yet because I want to wait until I decide if this is going to work. If I actually have anybody to follow. Now this guy needs some water. That's my neighbor's house, which I flooded right here, and I felt horrifically bad, but they were so gracious. Best neighbors ever. Both sides of my neighbors have been so, I just am very lucky because they've been very patient, and I'm so grateful because there's been a lot of things out of my control. So, but this little walkway is to the Mexican restaurant, which we use a lot, and then there's a lot of kids in the neighborhood that go through from the cul-de-sac and go through here. That is why I put all these here, because, well, first of all, I want it to be welcoming and inviting, and it gives them a place to walk that is not my grass, because we don't have any. So it's really easy, because the grass has been a nightmare. I'm a plant person, not a grass person, and I'm a single mom, and I have to pick my battles. So I put this weeping willow in here, and it was like this little, and I'm pretty sure it was 2019 because of the water. Everything in this little area was designed to soak up the water because it was a, sorry, I'll let that go by, a really wet spot. Okay, this achuga, I just put it here in the winter, and it is amazing. I know that I'm sure a lot of people are like, it's going to spread like crazy. That's great, because that's what I want. I need it to spread so that I don't have to mulch this whole yard every single time. So I'm trying to find great ground covers that I love, that are beautiful, that create a beautiful vista to look at, but it's not ivy. Do I have 1,000 things that I need to be doing inside? Of course. But as anybody that is a gardener knows, that'll wait. I'll get to it when I get to it. So this, I've had a bad tomato year. And I walked over here the other day. I didn't have this up here because I didn't have anything on it, and saw that there is a tomato plant. And it is producing tomatoes, and I didn't do anything to it. And it, obviously, a bird, excuse me, a bird must have come and dropped it right there. Okay. There's one other place I'd like to show you, and I'm sure when I watch this back, I'm not gonna wanna even post it, but you gotta start somewhere, right? If you watch the channel, you'll see the difference. I'm going to show some of the before pictures. But this brick was put in when we did the pool. And like I said, this was all mud last year. I've got cardboard down because of the weeds, and I'm gonna try to do the no dig method on that. I am just waiting to get some more cardboard. I have a friend that is moving, and I'm gonna get that from her, and then I'm gonna lay down the soil on top of it to help break down and make some of this better soil, because right now it is pretty rough. Especially everything from here back, because essentially it is all new. This area that you're seeing, oh my gosh, the words are escaping me today. The hibiscus was under a tree, and so it was wet last year and the year before, and well, since I moved in. But I didn't really notice it as much because it was just grass and large trees that were hanging over those right here. This wasn't here. The gate entrance was not there. I added that just this year. I took these boxwoods. This used to go this way to the back, and the boxwoods these are Sprinter boxwoods that we put in 2019, and they went like this. So when we did the pool, I decided to make the entrance centered with, as you were walking back here, and that meant I needed to change the direction of the boxwoods. So I dug up the ones from here back over to the entrance, and there's one of the holes, and you can see where the drainage is there and where it used to go where the flags are. And so now it goes this way, which just means I'm just gonna do a ton more irrigation work, and that is okay. It's not gonna happen overnight, and I'm coming to that conclusion. I love obviously this rose cannot stay here. It's getting way too big, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It is. Always forget. Ow. Goodness gracious, it's very sharp. Olivia Austin. It's from David Austin, Olivia Austin. I absolutely love this rose. I actually have 3 of them in here. There's 1, 2, and then where? There's 3. This is, things have been moved around 10 times since I've put this in. These 3 are the Queen of Sweden, David Austin. You can see the cardboard down. And those Limelights, I'm sorry, Invincible, Incredible, oh my goodness, I have them all, and these 3 are the Incredibles. They were on the side where the fence is and struggled for the last 4 years. So this year I moved them here, and they are doing the best. They don't look like it right now, but they really are and have done so good until just recently. And this is one that broke, and that one right there is a division as well. You can kind of see it peeking through. So is the dead one, but I have found with these that you need to be patient, and you never know what's going to come back next year. It's just what's going underground is the only thing that matters right now. I have clearly got a ton to do, and the roses need to be deadheaded, but I am trying to just get my infrastructure down first. Anybody that I have followed will tell you that, and I was so eager to get things in the ground that I did it backwards, which is honestly making my life a lot harder. You need to get the infrastructure down first before you plant anything, and that is what I advise every client. Even though it's things you can't see, it's like the bones of the house, but you want to make it right. Live and learn. So since this area is really wet too, I am putting as many bog plants as I can. As you can see, here's the bricks that I just put, and I'm trying to just decide, and all these stones used to be over here, and they actually were the sidewalk, and I'm just utilizing them here now. But those are, I'm not sure where I'm going to put them or keep them. I am trying to decide that right now. Okay, so now this area has evolved, and I originally wanted it to be, you know, just the part of the dog walk where the dogs could go running this way and they could run down this side as well. But honestly, this is what I go to all the time. Like, I bought 3 of these boxwood basil, and I have divided them. Oh my gosh, the bees are everywhere. I've divided them so many. Oh my God, I wish y'all could smell it. It smells so good just by touching it. I've divided them so many times that I have every size and shape that you can imagine. But they are amazing, and I have them everywhere. And next year I'm gonna definitely do like a hedge of them. I'd love to do, I think next year I'm gonna hedge them right here, all down this. I'm gonna obviously fix this wall and make it more permanent. Right now it's just literally the bricks are sitting on, well, it's hard to see. I have wood that I have hammered into the ground, and there is a wood. I used old 2x4s that I had made a garden bed with, and I used those, cut them up and made this, and then added the brick around it just so I know what the numbers that I need. But I'm gonna have them like this, and then have them spaced, make it look really pretty, and make this basically like a huge, sorry, don't put this down, make this a huge raised garden bed, and keep filling up the dirt, because my contractor did not fill it up. As you can see back here, you can see where all this is not up to where it should have been, but I'm just going to use that as access to there's a waterfall on the other side, and so I'm gonna just work with it the way it is. But as it comes down here, and then these are, as this wall is developing, because the older I get, the more I do not want to bend over. And this has been so nice to be able to just, even though it is not waist height, it is knee height, and it is perfect for now. But these are all my Snapdragons that I started in January. Some of them were in the winter jugs, and then some of them I started with the soil blocks. So problem is because I didn't have the infrastructure down and or the space, because again, this is all new. I have no idea which ones were the milk jugs and which ones were the using the soil blocks. So I'm gonna really pay attention this coming year and be much better at labeling. This is the Sally Holmes rose. I have one on either side of the pool, and then I've got evergreens. So hopefully, eventually, I was wanting to have all this just like as a ground, this to cover this ground and like hold up the hillside, but I don't know. I really like using it as a raised bed, so we'll have to see how that works. And this has got the jasmine, star jasmine growing up it. This poor hydrangea, they were on the struggle bus when I bought them and basically rescued some of them. So they're going to take a year or two to get to be where they need to be, but that's okay. I got a deal, and that's what matters. But this star jasmine is brand new this year, and it's doing really good. As you can see, it is. I'm just creating layers between the street over here and the pool here. And this is, again, just the bricks are laid there for my visual purposes to decide if this is the way I want them. I had 3 more of these arbs, and they were right here, but they all died. So they had to go back, and they didn't even make it 3 months. They weren't great to begin with. That's why they were on the clearance rack, so they had to go away. Okay, this part, I don't know yet. I kind of am thinking from here over to make this more raised bed so that the soil level, because there's a lot of stuff going on right here that has to do with the pool. So if I, like right here, the drainage, but I could get a pipe and put it out here to the walkway, raise this up and have all this. What I'd love to do is have it raised up to about here and then have a line of evergreens, which kind of, this is my hedge as well, and I'm kind of wanting to do the same thing over here so that it kind of is, and then remove the bricks and make this just a garden walk. Originally I'd decided that I wanted to put some arbors here, which I still might do. I don't know, it's evolving, but right now it is just weeds, except for these arbors, which are beautiful, and then these crowberry coreberries, which I have one on the other side of the house that's doing much better than those, but again, neglect. They're still alive. I got these. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. They are the purple pillar. Oh, that's, oh, shut up. Okay. Rosa Sharon, which these only get 2 to 3 feet wide, 10 to 16 feet tall. So help me decide. Hold on, let me go out the gate so you can see what I'm visually trying to do. This is coming from the front yard. This is the back access, which this will all be wood. I'm gonna have my son add some wood here for our fireplace. Now here is what I'm kind of thinking is to put either the Rosa Sharon, one here and one here, and make it an arch right here so that it feels cozy when you're walking back here. Because my property is right, all this right here. That's one option. Or, because I do have a rose right here that I am originally wanted to train into an arbor to go onto this other side, which probably is what's going to happen there. But when you come in, oh goodness, when you come in the gate, the other thing that I was thinking I could do is put one either here or make an arbor here. I know you can't hear me when I'm talking here. Again, bear with me, but I'm just saying putting one of the pillars on either side to create a tunnel so that it is inviting. Kind of like how these arborvitaes are, they've just grown so much and they're just so beautiful and green and lush. This is my sick plants that are in rehab. That's what that little area is for. And my cucumbers all got attacked by something this and in the raised bed, and I don't know what it is, but I've had to pull them all, and I haven't pulled that one yet, but I will. Okay, and that is the side yard. I'm really working on naming the areas so that when I'm talking about them, you all know where I am. But this pool has been a nightmare, but a gift in the same breath, because I'm so grateful to have it and to have it water in it, because it is been going on for 2 years because of some issues with our builder. But I'm choosing to look at all the beautiful things and not the not so beautiful things, which I'm just going to focus on the positive. And these junipers are going to make a beautiful little hedge right here. That's the goal. And oh my goodness, best Supertunia, not Supertunia, what is this? Oh my gosh, I just went blank. Superbena pink cashmere. Oh my goodness, my brain. I need to get something to eat and go inside and get some water. I can tell when I start talking gibberish. I mean, look at this rose. It is so beautiful. This is the Olivia Austin. I'm working on my design right now of where things should be moved, because you can see it, and I really just want to let it go, but it can't do that here. So I think I'm gonna add the roses in front of the hydrangeas on Hydrangea Hill, and that layering will be beautiful. Okay, I started to talk about the drip system and then totally got off track. So let me figure out and troubleshoot this one area, and then I will call it a day. But let me know, are you all interested in seeing how this garden evolves? I want to have this platform as a creative learning environment where there are no dumb questions, there is no right or wrong answer, and you all can follow me in my gardening journey and also walk through my Christmas decorating with me, because I am doing both right now. At the end of August, I'm starting bows and starting picking out supplies for my clients. So I'd love to bring you along so that you can see those things and help give your advice to me about what you love, what you don't love. Any advice would be greatly received. I do want to keep this platform extremely positive. There's so many negative things going on in our lives, and I'm not going to entertain any negative. But I definitely want to hear all of the messes and successes that we have in gardening. Like I said, this is a stretch for me to even video my voice, like I said earlier. But I am ready to launch this business into something more than what it's been over the last couple of years for the boys and I. My boys are 15, 16, and 20. About to have some birthdays the next 3 months, so those dates will change, but right now that's their age, so I want to be able to be here for them, but also start the business that I have been dreaming of and evolving over the last really 20 years. So it is my time to launch it and just see what happens. And if anybody wants to join me on the journey, I would love to have you follow me and see how things come together. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day, and I hope everybody is able to get out in the sun, because I can tell you, whenever I don't feel good or I'm down or sad or feeling overwhelmed with all the things in life, when I come outside and put my hands in the dirt and work on these things, I feel better. I feel connected to God. I feel connected to my purpose. And so why not make a business out of that? I mean, life is too short, and I have a story to tell, and I'll reveal, excuse me, I can't even think of the word, what got me where I am today throughout this journey. So if you follow me and you want to hear about it, I will be here to share, and hopefully somebody is gonna be able to relate and get something from my experience that they can take and apply in their life, because the last couple of years have been challenging, and so, but there is so much beauty coming out of trauma. There is so many good things to look forward to, and remembering that when God prunes us, He is ready for us to take off into something bigger and better. And I see that every single day when I'm working in the yard, literally and figuratively speaking. I mean, when I prune, for instance, this pink cashmere, give it a little food and it has just taken off. Just a few weeks ago, it looked like this little guy who keeps getting eaten by the bunnies, but I've put a cage on it to help, and you can see a little bit of growth, and I just, like, that is just a division and a little love, and it is coming to life. One thing I have learned through life and trauma is that all the cliches are true, and I've unfortunately had to figure those out the hard way, but that's okay, because that's how we learn. And when I see the butterflies on the bushes, I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it is absolutely beautiful. That's one thing I've got to learn, is how to record these things, because it is so bright out and I can't see the screen. So please bear with me. I know that with just a little bit of work, I can make this a lot easier to follow. Right now it is not, I don't know what I'm doing, so. But here is the Proudberry Coolberry that I have on the left side of the pool, lining where those arbs are, but what it looks like, and it is absolutely gorgeous in the winter. Oh, when there's snow on that, it's beautiful. I'll show you a picture of this at night when it lights up, and it's magical. It makes all the hard work, all the tears, all the hard days worth it. I hope everybody is able to get out in the sunshine and enjoy this day. I want to share the joy that I'm finding even in the hardest things going on in life, period. And I know if I'm going through these things, there's a lot of other people going through them as well. And if we can share our stories with each other, then we learn so much from each other, and it just makes life so much easier, and you don't feel alone. Okay, so I don't know what happened with my camera, but it shut off, so I just wanted to end this video by saying I'm excited, I'm scared, I am nervous, but I am more than anything, I'm ready. And so I know that this is the time. I asked God to tell me, and I feel like this is it. And I absolutely love being in the yard, and it has brought so much joy. And I used to be able to kill ivy. So if I can change by just watching other people garden and make things that are dusty and old look beautiful, then you can too. So if you'd like to join me on this journey, I would love for you to. And I am going to go between gardening and Christmas. So if you don't like that, then you don't have to watch the days of the Christmas stuff. Or if you like the Christmas stuff and you don't want to watch the gardening stuff, it'll be good for both. But it is what's going on in my life, so it is what I'm going to put out there. Because I think that once you find anything in a design, then you apply it to every part of your life. So it all is layers. It all is just seeing the different layers of beauty that are out there, whether it's in the yard, a Christmas tree, your bed with pillows, or a couch, or paint. It's all design. So I hope you'll join me on this journey. Again, it's the end of August, and September is next week, and there's a lot of new happening, and I am ready to jump in with everything I got. So I hope you'll join me, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.